Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the 20th episode of Steins Gate. And last episode, it was Moeka's turn to get the email canceling treatment. And as expected, hers is a bit rougher than some of the other ones, you know? Less crying and more like hysterical screaming and throwing things and punches and kicks and tackles. It was a rough experience for everyone involved, I would say. But in the end, we seem to have reached a positive ending because she told him where the IBN is, the coin locker. Assuming she's not lying, that's good because the D-mail thing just wasn't happening because she doesn't listen to anyone but FB. That bond is pretty strong considering she's like never talked to her. And I forgot to mention it during the previous episode reaction, I think, but it just, of course, she has her phone in her hand even as she's trying to kill herself. It just, that of course, it just makes too much sense. But if she didn't have that phone, that would have ended very differently. So I guess it is for the best that she literally never abandons, never leaves that phone separated from her person, even if somebody tries to force the issue. But anyway, this episode, I guess we're just going to head off to the coin locker and see if we can find the IBN there. Hopefully we do. Hopefully it's not a trap of some sort. So let's just jump on in. 3, 2, 1, play. Not that I have a problem with the world's decision on that. If they accidentally save you on the way, I guess it's fine. Forgot about the cloak sound effect. And now we're cut up. Can the IBN even fit in a coin locker? Like, how big is this coin locker? Because it took 2 of us to carry that thing to the lab way back in the day. Could use some water. Whew. Back into the gate. Da 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 da. We are getting fairly close at the end of the show, though, so. Really making me wonder how this whole thing's gonna end. Finalize Apopatus. These are the coin lockers. 200 yen. Not too bad. So did you get it, or have you checked yet? The 12th. just gotta pry the thing open. I guess I don't know the key to it. Yeah, is that not obvious? I'd rather not. I guess I see that logic, but we already have the crowbar. Well, not anymore. Oh? Right. Are we gonna pretend to be FB and give her instructions? Oh, okay, that's what we're doing. Okay, that makes sense. Just gotta show up eventually. Someone's eventually gotta come for that IBN. Oh, Boika. Hi. No hard feelings, right? Oh, I guess not. She brought me food. Well, I guess that changed. Guess your words had an effect. I mean, she brought snacks. That doesn't make it for killing Myodi, but it's a start. It's like, I guess I'll take one. Like I said, it's a start. Only because this Moga technically didn't do it. But still. It's a crazy world, what can I say? Just keeps hanging up on her. Who else would she talk to? Who else does she talk to on the phone? Anyone? I don't think so. I don't think we've ever seen her talk to anyone else on the phone. He's been busy. Talking to you probably just makes it more painful every time what happens. I don't know if she tutorus. But he's Suane-chan. Ouch. Well, he doesn't exactly have a cold. Not how I would describe him. I guess when you put it that way. It's pretty lucky to have Mayori and Kurisu as your lab mates. Yeah, we gotta get going. Stop talking, Dad. Kurisu, you're not waving. I was getting nervous when that child's anywhere near Mayuri. You could sit a little bit closer. Promise I won't take your phone again. I don't know about that. Oh my god, she actually handed it over. My eyes saw that, but I still can't believe it. What is an M4? It's like an M16. Okay. How special. Maybe. More like definitely is. Or... yeah, I can see that. That kind of vibe. May 13th. Are we still staking out the coin locker? Getting more snacks. But that looks like a thing to carry it. So... that's not FB, is it? Doesn't look like an FB. Must be a delivery person for FB. There's no way he's FB. He looks way too unimportant. Which that definitely was not. Just don't lose him. Marking. Yeah, we've seen that before. Definitely gotta follow this person. Shinjuku. It's really easy to lose somebody in a busy train station, so you don't let too much distance grow between you two. Oh, no, that was unfortunate. We're so close. We're gonna time travel. Yeah, let's try that again. Akihabara? Well, let's do better this time. Somebody gonna get out? Is that FB? No. That's not FB at all. It's Mr. Brown. Which is definitely not a woman, I'm pretty sure on that one. So, maybe we should talk to him now? Please don't get us killed. Hey, do you know this man? I mean, this is the same man that had the TV that was the lifter, I think it was called, that for our time stuff, so maybe that was all intentional. So is she gonna die soon? In a different way? Kinda like what happened with Mayuri? As you know, we haven't shifted that 1% divergence yet, so... I don't know. Just basically like stakeout / stock the episode. Yeah, no FB, which makes sense. A higher up wouldn't go out and fetch a delivery, so... I'm sorry, Krisu. We're doing stuff. What about Mayuri? Yeah, I guess we're just talking about the loneliness. Better than talking about her death, at least. Mr. Braun? Ask what his involvement in all this is? Because that was a bit odd. I mean, I did theorize the B could be Braun, but I didn't really believe that. And it's most likely not the case, but it's just funny that he's involved in some way, it seems. We have some questions for you, sir. There's no time for Tsukomi. We came here for a reason, an important reason. Spit take? No. Yeah, you don't matter. Come on, tell us something, man. Oh, wow, he does know stuff. He even knows her secret name. That only those two were supposed to know, wow. Is this really Fate FB? Oh my god, he really is FB. This is not a woman at all, I was lied to. Yeah, naturally. Well, damn. I'm still processing this. I know I mentioned he was the only one with like a B last name, but I still didn't really think he. I thought you were a woman. Yes. You know what? I guess that makes sense. Ouch. He's a big man. Just threw her away like that. It's kind of messed up, man. Yeah, he was the one. And that really just recontextualizes a lot, this revelation. Not a lot, apparently. I can't say that I have. And you ate them instead. Uh, it's really not that surprising because I did figure she would die. But man, broad daylight. Outside. I bet. Uh, you maybe shouldn't do that. Think it might be about time for another time jump. Yeah, I mean... Oh, she's still alive? You know, it make it kind of hard to stay mad at you when your dying words are an apology. Yeah, we need to go back. We have a lot more information to work with now, so... Oh, right, yeah, they can use... I didn't even think about that. They have access to FB's phone now. We're back here. Right, okay. He did say that, sort of. At least the phone did. Yeah, you should have it. And there we go, the IBM we've been looking for like ever. It's finally back in the lab. Such a happy occasion. Okay, 13th. Really, it's hard to, like, on the fly remember what happened on what day. That's a lot to take in, isn't it? That would be preferable, but, you know. I was drinking, Kurisu, don't give me a heart attack. Okay. Man, that's so nostalgic for the early bits of this show. Don't bring that up. But yeah, I kind of forgot about that. Because if we undo all the DMLs, it would mean making that happen again, wouldn't it? Because that was the first DML. Don't say it. Yeah. The most, like, poetic thing about that is we spent this past general arc, you know, the DML cancellation arc, basically convincing other people that they should give up what they care about for the greater good, and now it's essentially Yoma's turn to do that after everyone else do it. I think I knew this deep down we were going to get to this, but I kind of, like, pushed it down in my mind. Try not to think about it, sort of thing, you know? But we're addressing it. Not that Kurisu seemed too upset about any of that. I mean, if I had to choose between Kurisu and Mayuri, I would probably choose Kurisu, although it's one of those terrible pick your favorite child kind of choices, you know? Like, which child you save if they're both falling off a cliff sort of thing. Like, I don't want either of them to die. But in the grand scheme of thing, undoing all the time travel stuff would be for the best, and that does result in Kurisu being the one killed. That's definitely a hard pill to swallow. Okay. Okay, that was the 20th episode of Steins Gate. And this episode, we actually finally got our hands on that IBN. Feels like it's been so long. I still remember back in the day when I was like, hey, we got the IBN. It was so much easier than I thought it would be. And then they like undid that, and then we had to like undo it backwards and then get it back, you know, making it feel like a real accomplishment to actually get this thing. Yeah, but we got it. We finally got it. We can use it to get into the certain database and do what we need to do there, which is great. However, we couldn't just like end on that positive note. We had to remind us, no, this is Steins Gate. Nothing ever gets too cheery here, right? Let's not fool ourselves, because undoing all the emails means letting Kurisu die. So yeah, if you were feeling good about yourself, you should stop that right now, is basically what the show was trying to tell us, and, you know, message received. But yeah, this episode, it did have its fun bits, you know, Kyoma and Moeka being like all stakeout-y, spy-y, you know, stocky. That was kind of fun, you know. Kyoma being like, oh crap, I made a mistake, doing a quick, you know, reset to change how he goes about doing things, you know. That was a fun bit. However, you know, like usual, there was a lot of non so fun bits. Like the fact that, well, first of all, the big reveal that Mr. Braun is FB, you know. Like, I don't know if we ever really had a good theory about who FB was, but I do remember mentioning him as a possibility, because I was like looking through names and being like, okay, who has the initials FB? Like, well, Mr. Braun has, you know, the initial B, but like, is that even really his real name? I mean, MyAnimeLIst lists him as like a Tenoji Yugo or whatever, so I didn't really know what to make of that, really, but, you know, it is what it is, and the show revealed that he is in fact FB, you know, not exactly the mother figure that Moeka imagined him to be, but that was just like deliberate deception to him, by him. As he put it, he kind of tells people what they need to hear, very much cut and dry manipulation from his part, you know, people that are in a vulnerable position that could be manipulated, that may not be all that missed, you know, that kind of thing. Just his explanation about a lot of this stuff really just, it was so messed up. But, you know, he definitely made it sound like he was pushing at this and didn't really have much of a choice, you know, and in the end, I guess he took responsibility for it and, you know, did that, but not before killing Moeka. So, you know, although we did another time reset, so it's not as if she stayed dead for too long. But I imagine once we undo everything, she'll be fine, right? But I don't know. I'm actually not quite sure about that. Not that it matters. Like I said, I'm still hold a grudge against Moeka, so I didn't feel too bad when she got shot. Although my dislike of her definitely has waned since the initial Mayuri killing. It's still there though. But man, showing the daughter, that really was unfair. Like, as soon as they cut over to the daughter, just really made the whole thing a bit more tragic. And once he put that gun up there, just basically means she's gonna lose her father, which just not okay. None of this is okay. That's kind of the overall takeaway. But the good news is that we were able to use his phone for the DMail, which allows us to get the IBN, so silver lining, you know, amongst all this death and suffering. So, but yeah, like I said, this is a time travel show, so, you know, it's hard to say what will actually be final, because people that we've seen die might be alive when everything's said and done, when everything's been undone. You know, that may include Mr. Braun or Moeka. I'm not quite sure. We just know that Kurisu is gonna get stabbed and die if we undo all the DMails, because, you know, it wasn't really talked about too much, the fact that first DMail did, you know, save her. There was just a lot of confusion from Kyoma about what happened, because he knew she died. He's like, crap, Daru, this death, what's happening? It's horrible. And then, you know, next thing you know, she's alive and well, right? Didn't really think too much of it too much in terms of that DML saving Kurisu, but I guess it technically did, right? I probably really should go back to the first episode now that I have so much more information and context to work on, because I do remember being confused. It probably would make a bit more sense to me now, so I should probably do that, because I do feel like even as I'm trying to talk about it, things might be a bit jumbled in my head, really, so I should definitely do that. Almost positive I will do that before I watch episode 21, because I'm pretty sure pretty soon probably next episode we are gonna do that episode just from different perspective, right? Because I'm pretty sure I talked about that even back then, that like I'm pretty sure we're gonna go through this again, but from the future time travel Kyoma perspective, you know, things like Mayuri losing her thingy and stuff, like all that just really came across as stuff that future Kyoma did to manipulate things, get people where he needs them to be, that kind of thing. It kind of gave me that impression, so yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna do that. See those events from this Kyoma's perspective. Right, so, you know, him probably trying to save Kurisu, but yeah, we'll see how that goes, but he's got to at least try. But we know that, you know, because we saw episode 1, we still, like, he heard his scream, we saw her dead, so we can kind of assume his attempt to save her fails, right? But yeah, we'll see. Just why do they have to make Moeka's final words an apology? Just more than anything, that made it hard to hold a grudge on her. Especially everything we know about her now. Yeah, not sure too much more to say with the episode. Just Moeka voluntarily handing her phone over to Kyoma was a shocker. I guess she just left that much of an impression on her. I mean, we saw him fight tooth and nail to get that phone from her before. Like, it took a solid kick to the face up against the wall and all that to get it from her the first time. Yeah, I think that's all I got to really say on the episode. Just really did not expect this development from Mr. Braun, really. Like, I knew looked like there was a lot of spoilery stuff for his character on his MyAnimeLIst profile, like, you know, the button that says click to show spoiler. Like, it looked like there was a lot there. So I should have figured that there would be some reveals to this character. I just didn't think it would literally be IMFB. That was not one of the things I thought. Thought at most, you know, maybe he just knew about the time travel stuff, but secretly. But that's a lot more. Man, when he said M for her nickname, that just like a mind blown sort of thing. That really probably the biggest surprise of the episode. Like that single moment. Like, even then, I didn't think that Manny was FB. I just thought that Manny was just, like, in the loop, like, maybe a trusted person by FB. Like, even then, I didn't quite know that meant he was FB. That was what a shocker it was to me, but eventually they made it clear that is who he is, so. Yeah, next episode, I imagine we're going to get into the original D-mail stuff, the Kurisu stabbing stuff. I'm not really looking forward to that. I mean, I kind of am, and I'm kind of not. It's a complicated feeling. Really, but yeah, it is what it is at the end of the day. We just have to accept things for how they are. It's really kind of the main theme of the show, I think. Because time travel may seem like a good solution to solve all your problems, but you shouldn't use it. I think that's the overall message of the show. You know, at least that's kind of the impression I've gotten up to this point. Because Mayuri probably wouldn't have died in the original timeline, right? So through like butterfly effect, he may have saved Kurisu with the DML, but it cost him Mayuri, right? That sort of thing. So maybe it's best not to try to use time travel to solve your problems. So, but we'll see. Like I said, I still don't know quite how the show's going to end, and even after it ends, it still has Steins Gate 0, which I have to assume is a prequel. Not quite sure what that's even going to consist of. Even if my assumption is a prequel is correct, which I'm pretty sure it is. Like, what does that even mean? Like, Kyoma in high school? Probably not, but I don't quite know what that's going to imply, what that's going to entail. Maybe it's the opposite of a prequel. Maybe it shows the post-apocalyptic CERN-controlled world, you know, like the world that Suzu, whatever her name was, is from. You know, maybe. I don't know. Once I actually finish the first season of Steins Gate, maybe I could guess it more easily what Steins Gate 0 would be about. But we're not quite there yet. Almost. We are in the 20s. So we're getting there pretty quickly. Anyway, I think that's enough rambling for now. So let's just end this off and just you'll wait for the next one. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.